Okay, good morning class. So today we're looking at financial mathematics. We're looking at the examples for exercise. Examples for exercise 8. And exercise 8 is on page 87. Some people. Exercise 8 is on page 81. Page 81. Okay. So today we're looking at calculating the time period using logarithms. So in each formula involving compound interest, the time period n is an exponent. Therefore, we need to calculate n. The calculation will often use logs. Okay. At this point, we have dealt with exponential graphs. And its inverse, which is the log function. Okay? And we have learned how we can convert from change from exponential to log form. We look at the first example. The first example is on page 79. They will definitely forget to change that, so we know. Okay, so the question is, says how long will it take an amount of money to halve in value when the depreciate, if it is depreciated at 12% per annum on reducing balance. So which formula do we use for reducing balance? A is equal to P into 1 minus I to the exponent. Okay, that is on the reducing balance. If we had said depreciation on straight line basis, it will be A is equal to P into 1 minus I times L. Okay. So, if you then want to know how long will it take, so you're calculating N, that is your interest, 12%. Now, we are told that the value is halved. So, if we start off with a principal of 1,000 Rand, then your ending amount, your final amount would be 500 Rand. If you start with 1 Rand, then your A value would be 50 cents or half a Rand. Not so. And if you start your principal with X, then your A would be half. You're looking with that. So if you go with 1,000 and then 500, 1 and 50 or half, X and a half X is all the same thing. Okay? So I'm going with X and a half X. So A value is going to be a half X is equal to X into 1 minus. Your interest is 12%. So 0.12 to the exponent N. Remember the idea is to solve for N. So we need to get the base of that exponent on its own. Okay? So what do? I need to divide both sides by X. In that way, that will cancel and that will cancel. So if you had to have 1,000 Rand and 500 Rand here, you would have had 500 over 1,000, you still get 12. Can you see that? If you had 1 Rand and 50 cents here, or half a Rand, it will be a half divided by 1, which is still half. So whichever values you choose, as long as you got the correct conversion there, you'll get the correct answer. That cancels, and 1 minus 0.12 is going to be 0.88 to the end. Okay. So now we're going to convert from exponential to log form. Okay, from exponential to log form. So we know that if you got A, you write it on the side. If we got a to the power x equal to y, then in log form this would be x is equal to log y base 8. So likewise here, as you can see, n is a new exponent. So the exponent is the subject of the formula, is equal to log of base, and the base remains a base, 0,88. Put it in the calculator, can be 0,88 with a base 0,88 and a half. So it takes you 5,4 years. Okay, so how long will it take an amount of money to halve in value? So it will take approximately 6 years. If you're going to say 5 years, and then it's going to be more more than half still. Okay, so you must go a bit further. So I would say 6 years. You could have written it in years and months. That would also be accepted. But since the question has not specified how they want the answer in years and months, or to the nearest year, whatever, we would have accepted that already. You guys understand? So as you can see, this comma 4. So that's almost close to half a year, not so. So it's can be 5.5 years, or 5 years, 6 months, or whatever you want to write. All right. Any confusion there? Any questions? No? Let's look at example 2. Example 2 is on page? Same page. Gerald saves money to buy a new computer. Calculate how long will it take her to accumulate 10,000 rand. So that's the end amount. Okay? If she deposits 300 rand each month into a savings account that gives interest at 10.5% per annum compounded monthly, her payments will commence in 1 month's time. So if the payments is commencing in 1 month's time, what does that mean? It conforms to the formula. Not so. So, is this the PV formula or the FV formula? FV. Why? Because it's saving, it's an investment. So x into 1 plus I to the n minus 1 all over I. How much does she need in the future? 10,000. Okay, so it's 10,000 rand equals, how much is it depositing a month? 300 rand into 1 plus I, which is 0,105 over compounded monthly. As you can see, it's compounded monthly. It's in line with the frequency, the deposit over your investment frequency. So that's over n, which is 12, the exponent 12 times n minus 1, and this is all over I, which is 0,105 over. Okay, remember, what do we need to solve here, people? We need to solve n. You will see that. So actually this is over 1 and cross multiply. Okay, so it will give me 1,000 multiplied by 0,105 over 12 equals 3 into that bracket. And then I'm going to divide by 300. Not so, to get the bracket on its own. So I'm going to go straight into that thing. So it's going to be, the outer bracket will be dropped now. So it's 1 plus 0,105 over 12 to the exponent 12n is equal to 10,000 multiplied by 0,105 over 12, and this must be divided by 300. Now, people, we can punch this in the calculator. You can punch this in and get the decimal answer if you like. Okay? What am I forgetting on the side? -1. So So it's going to be 1 plus 0 comma 105 over 12 to the 12 in minus 1. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take that negative 1 over the equal sign. Okay? You all okay with that? Which is now going to give me plus 1. Okay. So I'm going to work the story out. So it's going to be 10,000 multiplied by 0,105 over 12. That's over 300 plus 1. Use 31 over 24. Now this here, I could leave it like this, or I could have put that in the calculator as well. If we're going to get a nice fraction, I'll keep it as that fraction, otherwise I will leave it as it is. Or it doesn't matter either. I get 807 over 800. And this is to the exponent 12. Okay. See any confusion at this point? No. Okay, so we know that once it's in the form of a to the b equals c. So this can be written as the exponent becomes the subject. So b is equal to log c base a. So we have to get into account. This would simply be 12 in is equal to log 31 over 24 base 807 over 800. Okay. So we put this in the calculator. So it's going to be log 31 over 24 base 807 over 800 gives you 29 comma 38. Yes, boss.
Hoeveel klas heb je vandaag?
Dat is woensdag, hè?
Ja.
Die derde periode. Okay, so that is 12 in, eh? Is equal to that. People, this will give you your time in number of installments that you have. Can you see that? So that's going to give you 29 comma 38 installments. Okay. So going back to the question says, girl saves money to when you can calculate how long will it take her to accumulate 10,000 rand. So if you say 29 installments, 29 installments will give you a value just less than 10,000 rand. You don't get 29,38 installments. Not so. Because the number of installments is a natural number. It has to either be 29 or 30 installments. You understand? So what we do know is it's going to be 29 installments of 300 Rand. Okay? And the 30th installment will be part of 300 Rand to get 10,000. You guys understand? Okay? So 29 full installments of 300 and then one payment there of or part of 300 Rand. So if I divide by 12, it will give me the number of years it will take. You guys understand? So to calculate in, it will give me the number of years. So therefore it will take, say, 30 installments. Okay. Therefore 30, or I can say therefore 29, 29 300 Rand installments and one installment which is part of. Yeah. Okay. And the textbook just gives you an answer. 29,38 months or 2 years, 2,45 years. So either or, again, they will accept whichever you're writing. If it says how many installments, and then you'll answer this like this, I would say. If it says your number of years, then you go with what the book says. Okay? But again, as I said, if you're getting to this point already, you have bagged all the marks. Okay. Very seldom they are picky when it comes to this question. How you going to give your answer? Okay. We have page 80. Okay, so Raphael buys a car that costs 280,000. He pays 10% deposit and takes out the loan at an interest rate of 11% per annum compounded monthly for the balance. He agrees to pay 8,000 Rand at the end of each month, starting in 1 month's time, which means to say that is in line with the formula. Okay, the formula has made provision for the loan to start in 1 month's time and even the investment to pay at the end of the month. Okay, we'll start saying in 1 month's time, it pays at the end of the month. Compounded monthly for the balance. He agrees to pay 800 Rand at the end of each month. Okay, calculate the value of Raphael's loan. Okay, so which formula are we going to use then? Which formula are we going to use here? PV. Why? So it's a loan. So it's x into 1 minus 1 plus I to the minus n all over. So our x value is the monthly installment of 8,000 into 1 minus 1 plus your 11% compounded monthly, so it's 0,11 over 12 to the exponent negative 12 times. And how many years will this be for? Buys a car, it costs 280,000, he pays 10% deposit. He takes out the loan. Takes out the loan at an interest rate of 11% per annum compound monthly for the balance. He agrees to pay the 8,000 each month, starting in 1 month's time. Oh, the loan value. Sorry, I made a mistake here. The loan value would simply be, he's not making a loan of 280,000. The loan is going to be 90% of that because he's paying 10% deposit. Not so. So your present value, the amount needed is 280,000 multiplied by 90% or 90 over 100, which gives me 280,123 multiplied by 0.9, which gives you 252,000 Rand. That's one way of looking at that sum. Otherwise, you could have said 280,000 multiplied by 10%, which is 28,000, which means to say he's paying 28,000 deposit. Not so. Then you say 280,000 minus that, which gives you 252,000 Rand. Do you guys understand? Right. Number two. Number two says, how many payments of 8,000 will you have to make? Okay, so that is where my confusion came in. I couldn't get what PV was, so that was shorting. So it's going to be x into 1 minus 1 plus I to the exponent negative n all over I. What is the principal, the loan amount? 252,000 rand equals X. How much is he paying a month? 8,000 into 1 minus, open brackets, 1 plus I, which is 11% per annum compounded monthly, is 0.11. As you can see, the compounding is in line with the payment frequency. Over 12 to the exponent, negative 12 in, and this is all over I, which is 0.11 over 2. Okay. So in pursuit of calculating, let's pull this down a bit. Pursuit of calculating our in, we're going to cross multiply as we did in our previous question again. So that one will go up, that comes down. Okay. So what do we have now? 252,000 multiplied by 0.11 over 12. And this must be divided by 8,000. And that is equal to 1 minus, open brackets, 1 plus 0.11 over 12 to the exponent negative 12. Okay. So what are we going to do now? Take this bracket, that side of the equal sign, and that one on that side. Why? Because I would like to make the term with the unknown as a subject of the formula. Okay, so we're going to have 1 plus 0.11 over 12 to the exponent negative 12 equals 1 minus 252,000 rand multiplied by 0.11 over 12, and this is all over 8,000. Okay, so I'm going to punch both sides in the calculator just to simplify the sum. So it's 1 plus 0.11 over 12. That will give you 1,211 over 1,200 to the exponent minus 12n is equal to. The other side in the calculator is 1 minus 252,123 times 0.11 over 12 over 8,000 gives us 569 over 800. Okay. So now again we must convert from exponential to log. So if you got p to the q equals r, you want to write it in log form. Q will, the exponent will be the subject of the formula, so q is equal to log r base. And we're working all the way to get it in this form. Can you see? You've got p to the q equals r. Okay? Which now will give us negative 12n is equal to log 569 over 800 base 1211 over 1200. This answer will definitely be negative because of that. So I'm going to put the negative on this side. So therefore 12n is equal. If I'm going to divide by 12, I'm going to give my time in years, which are down to 1. Okay? So it's negative log 1211 over 1200. So there we got our answer, which was 569 over 800 base 1211 over 1200. Gives us 37 comma 37,34. People, what does that mean? 37,34. That means to say there are 37,34 installments that needs to be done. Not so. But going back to the question, what does the question say? The question says, how many payments of 8,000 Rand will you have to make? So how many full payments of 8,000 will you make? Only 37. Even if this had to be 37,87, and it's very close to 38. Okay? That last installment will be an answer very close to, the last installment will be an answer very close to 8,000, but it won't be 8,000. You understand? It is only when it is 38 on the dot will it be 38 installments. You understand? So it's going to be 37 installments and one installment which is part of 8,000 Rand. Does it make sense? So to answer the question, so how many payments? Therefore, 37 payments of 8,000 will be made. Seven payments of 8,000 Rand will be made. Okay. So what happens, people? That last payment, after I made that last full installment of 8,000 Rand, then I will have a balance in the account, not so. And that balance will gain an interest for how long? For 1 month. Okay? Why? Because this is a month-to-month installment. So at the end of this, after you made the 37th payment, there's of 8,000 Rand, there will be amount less than 8,000 in the account, but that amount will draw an interest for 1 month. Okay? I'm sure that's the next question. The next question says, this person clears his debit with one final payment 1 month after his last payment of 8,000 Rand. Calculate the value of his final payment. Okay. So how many did we say? 37, huh? Okay. Then take this off here. So in other words, what are we going to calculate here? We're going to calculate the balance outstanding at the 37th payment. You guys understand? We calculate the balance outstanding at the 37th payment. 37th payment. Okay. Balance outstanding is equal to, what's the formula we use? A minus EB. What is A, people? The compound formula, P into 1 plus I to the exponent n minus x into 1 plus I to the n minus 1 all over I. So your P value is the loan amount. What is the loan amount? 252,000 Rand into 1 plus. What's your interest rate? 11%. So 0.11 over 12 to the exponent 12 times 37 over 12, which is, what is 37 over 12? 37 minus x, which is the loan, the monthly installment, which is 8,000 into 1 plus I, which is 0.11 over 12 to the exponent 12 times 37 over 12, which is 37 minus 1. This is all over I, which is 0.11 over 12. So the balance outstanding after making the 37th payment is 252,000. into 1 plus 0 comma 11 over 12 to the exponent 37 minus 8000 into 1 plus 0 comma 11 over 12 to the exponent 37 minus 1 over 0 comma 11 over 12. Can you see that amount is less than 8,000? Can you see that? And remember when we looked at this answer was 37 comma 3 something, and that is 0 comma 3 is about a third of 8,000, and a third of 8,000 is, to check the calculator, third of 8,000 should be an answer close to this here. But that when we work this out, we can't say a third of 8,000 in our calculator. We must work out the balance outstanding. And what's the third of 8,000? 2,600 and something. Does it make sense, people? Okay, so after making the 37th payment, the balance outstanding is 2,709 rand and 71 cents. But what do you say? What's going to happen to that amount? It's going to draw an interest for 1 month. Which formula do we use? The present value, the compound interest formula, which is this year. Okay, so therefore the final payment equals P, which is 2709,71 into 1 plus your interest, which is 0,11 over 12 to the exponent 12 times 1 over 12, which is 1. Okay, so it's answer into 1 plus 0.11 over 12 to the exponent 1, which is 2,734 rand. 2,734 rand and 55 cents. Okay. So with that, you should be able to do exercise 8. Okay. Sorry? Another example. Yes. And I thought I was finished. But anyway. Oh, example 4. Right, so in example 4, we are told that Greg borrows R1 million from a bank. People, which page are we on? 81. Okay. Greg borrows R1 million from the bank. He plans to pay 9,000 rand per month on the loan. The interest is 12% per annum compounded monthly. Decide whether the bank will grant him the loan. Explain your answer. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and see how long will it take him to pay this loan. Okay, let's do the calculation. Which formula do we use? Present value. So present value is equal to x into 1 minus 1 plus I to the minus n all over I. The present value is R1 million equals x, which is 9,000 rand, into 1 minus 1 plus I, which is your interest, is 12%, 0.12 over 12. As you can see, the compounded monthly is in line with the monthly the payment frequency. So it's negative 12n, and this is all over 0.12 over 12. Okay, so that's naturally over 1. That one goes up, this one comes down. I bring the 1 over That's going to give me 1 million. Multiply by 0,12 over 12. Divided by 9,000. I'm bringing the 1 over, becomes minus 1. So what am I left with? Negative and the story here. Not so. Divide both sides by negative. That goes in the bracket. Outside the bracket, sorry. Then what do I have? Is 1 plus 0,12 over 12 to the exponent. Negative 12. Okay? I'm just going to tidy that up a bit on either side. On the equal sign. So I'm going to work that side first. There's 1 plus 0.12 over 12. It's going to be 1.1. It's 1.01. Yeah, 1.01. 1.01 to the negative 12. On the side, we're going to have negative open brackets. We've got the million. Multiplied by 0.12 over 12 over 9,000 minus 1 to negative 1 over 9. So remember, you got W to the exponent x is equal to y. In log form it will be x is equal to log W base 1. Okay? Let's see what we get here. So this will be negative 12n is equal to log negative 1 over 9 base 1 comma 0 1. The negative on the other side. And lo and behold, when I put this in the calculator, it will give me an error. Why? Because this number must be positive. Let's check. That would be log negative. The negative must come out here. 0 1. Negative 1 over 9. And of course the negative in front. Give you an error. So what does that mean? That means to say that you can't actually calculate how long this will take. Okay. So let's do some other investigation. Okay, so let's say, okay, how much is the interest per month on this loan? Okay. So we say so let's come at the bottom now. No? Let's see how much interest is charged on this million rand per month. So the interest, I'm going to use the formula. A is equal to P into 1 plus I to the exponent n. So it's going to be a million rand into 1 plus 0,12 over 12 to the exponent 12 times for 1 month. Let's only see what's happening for 1 month. Okay? So you get the million. Into 1 plus 0.12 over 12 to the exponent 1. Gives you 1 million and 10,000. So what does that mean? This means to say that this account or this loan is drawing an interest of 10,000 rand in the first month. So what is, so if you do the comparison, in the first month it went up 10,000. However, you're taking off only 9,000 rand. What's going to happen the next month? The interest is going to be more than 10,000. A bit more than 10,000. but he's only going to pay 9,000 rand. The next month, it's going to be a bit more than 10,000 of the previous month, sorry. And you're only paying 9,000. So which means to say the loan will be increasing all the time, whilst the payment does not bring that loan amount down. So in other words, the interest gained on the account, or the interest charge, sorry, on the account, is more than the monthly payments. Which means to say, can this loan ever be repaid at 12% per annum compounded monthly at 9,000 rand? It will never be able to be paid up. Why? Because the loan amount will always inflate or increase, and the gap between what is being paid per month and the interest charge per month is getting bigger. Okay, and that's what we stand in. So would the bank grant him this? The answer would be no. They would. Okay. And with that, you should now be able to do exercise 8. It's on page 81. The full lesson can be found in the description box below.